Hi guys, it's Jess and welcome back to my channel. I'm here with the next part in my $10 and under Dollar Tree DIY series. We started this back in September with some fall craft. Through October we did Halloween, and now through November and December we're doing Christmas crafts. Everything is $10 or under using products from the Dollar Tree most of the time. Where the Dollar Tree does not sell those products or there's a bigger range elsewhere and it is still under the dollar budget, I have picked up those items there. So that means things like spray paint, not available at the Dollar Tree, but you can get from places like Lowe's and Home Depot for under $1. Other paints are cheaper at Walmart. Some things are cheaper at Target. So where I have gotten products there, I will let you know. But now we're going to get started with this week's project. What we're going to make is a wall art piece using the Snowflake MDF from Dollar Tree. So let me go through everything we're going to need. You're going to need one of these. That's the Snowflake cutout. It just says decor on it on the tag, and that is the barcode if you're looking for it online. You are going to need, let's see, three paints. One from the Dollar Tree, which is the white acrylic paint. This is just the Jot brand. That is $1. You could also get the white one with these other ones. These are from Walmart and it's the Apple Barrel brand. They're the little ones here. They're all acrylic paints. Quick drying. I have turquoise and China blue. These are only 50 cents each at Walmart, so it's actually cheaper to get your paint there. So I have two of those. We're already up to $3. I have a packet of glitter from the Dollar Tree. This is a 5-pack from Crafters Square. That was $1, so we're up to, what's that, $4. I have, Elmer's glue. Elmer's glue was actually from Target at back to school at 50 cents, but you can also pick this up at Dollar Tree for $1 as well. So it's $5. And then we just have supplies, hopefully you already have, but if you needed to buy them, you could still actually get away with this project for under $10. I have a foam brush. There's a pack of, I think, 8 of these from the Dollar Tree for $1. A pencil, a pair of scissors, and I have some fine paint brushes. These are the Folk Art Gold Talcum brand from Walmart. It was about $4 for the pack. And you can obviously use these for all your other projects going forward, and you don't need all of them in this. But even if you bought everything, it would still only be $10. But with just the projects specifically for this craft, so the glue, the sequins, the 3 paints, and the Snowflake, it's a $5 project. What you're also going to need is a printer, and you're going to need to print out some wording to transfer onto your wall art. I'm going to go with the phrase "Let It Snow" because it's a snowflake and it's very Christmassy. Pick any font you want. This is the one I'm going with because I have sort of a mid-century modern aesthetic for my Christmas tree and my office. Our family Christmas tree is rustic, but this is where this is going. And just print it out big enough so it fits sort of just in the middle of your snowflake, and then we'll use the pencil later to transfer that on. So we're just going to take our China blue and do a base coat with our foam brush over the top of the snowflake. So that is one coat of paint. You can do 2. I think 1 coat is plenty, but I might do 2 just to show you the difference. So we'll do a second coat. This doesn't take very long to dry. It's about 5 to 10 minutes between coats. I think it says an hour on the bottle, but honestly it dries a lot quicker than that. We'll do a second coat and we'll come back and do the next step. So it doesn't get too much darker with the second coat, but you have sort of patched up any areas you might have missed. Now that we've done the second coat, the next thing we're going to do is take our white paint and a clean sponge brush and sort of just sponge white sparingly over the top just to make it look a bit more snowy rather than just have a solid blue background. So that's what we're going to do now. So as you can see, by sponging the white paint on top, you just have a bit more of a textured surface. It looks a bit more like a snowflake rather than just a plain blue background. You can obviously make the white as deep or obvious as you like. You could do another coat once this coat is dried and make it a bit more snowstormy on top. I think I'm going to leave it like this. Now we're going to have to wait for this to dry, because the next thing we're going to do once it's completely dry is take our wording and trace that onto the top. So I've waited about 30 minutes for it to dry between coats. You could always speed that up with a hairdryer, which this time of year when it's miserable outside, I could turn you around. It's about 4 inches of snow outside. It definitely helps dry it quicker. So it's all dried now. As you can see, the white dries down pretty pale, but it just gives that mottled texture. And as I said, if you wanted to do a second coat and make it a bit more obvious, you could do that, but we are going to paint some things on now anyway. So the next step is our main step to add our wording, and that is our phrase we're going to add to the middle of our snowflake. So what you need to do is grab a pencil. Unfortunately, these are the only ones I have at home at the moment. They're not the best ones because they're the mechanical pencils. So this, a standard, 2B pencil or something like that is probably a bit easier. What you need to do is first we're going to, probably should cut it out to size first, make it a bit easier and you'll waste less lead that way. So I've cut it down to size. You could decide how you want to place it on your snowflake. You could have it like this. If you wanted to say let it snow across, you could also go all the way across. I think I'm going to cut this into 2 pieces and sort of space them out a little bit more. But then what we're going to do is cover the entire back of this bit of paper with pencil. And then once we've done that, we'll come back and do the next step. So now that we've coloured in the back of our wordings, you now need to place them on your wall decoration, your snowflake. Make sure you've got it hanging the right way so you know exactly where they should go, which is the top and which is the bottom. So we're going to take these, place them on to our snowflake, and then once we've done that and got our placement right, we can take our grey lead, our pencil, and trace over the outline of each letter. And that will give us a transfer on here that we can then paint in. So we've got, so if you don't have nice handwriting, this is basically the way around it, and you can get a font that you like that works with your other decor. So we'll take these, we'll place them on, and we'll draw over this, and that's our next step. So as you can see, by colouring in the back and then tracing it, you get a perfect outline on your snowflake. And then what we're going to do is take our darker blue. Obviously you can change the colours depending on your colour scheme. This kind of turquoise blue works with the decorations on my tree, and this is going to go next to that tree. But you could use white, you could use silver, you could use any other colours you have that are going to go work with this. We're going to take this, one of our fine tipped paintbrushes, and then we're just going to paint in where the letters are, and that is our next step. So as you can see, I've just traced around the words to show you what it will look like. So that's how my placement I decided to go with, because I'm going to add some snowflakes either side. And now I'm just going to take the same brush and just fill it in, and then we can see what the final wording looks like. Now before we move on, I just have a few little bits that I want to touch up where the blue might have bled outside the lines just a little bit. I tried to do the tracing, the outline first to stop the bleeding happening. Sometimes because it is a very fine brush and you are getting a lot of paint to try and keep it all intact, it can spread a little bit. But if you can see on the S, there's a few little bits on the S that I want to touch up. So I'm just going to take a clean thin brush and the lighter colour and just touch that up, and then we can move on to the next step. So I touched up the little spots where it needed to. Sometimes it was because the blue had spread out. Sometimes it's because when I was tracing, I must have lent too hard on the pencil and it had spread to areas it wasn't supposed to. But that's what it looks like. And now we're going to take one more of the fine brushes and our white paint, and we're just going to hand paint some snowflakes across the giant snowflake. I'm probably going to pop a big one here and a big one there to fill in the gaps, and then maybe a few smaller ones in each of the snowflake arms. Is that what they're called? I'm not sure. And that's what we're going to do. And we're just going to hand paint those, so they're going to be free form. They don't need to be identical. They're snowflakes. No two snowflakes are alike. So just basically do whatever designs you like, and we're going to do that with our white paint and another one of those brushes. So there it is with the snowflakes all painted on. Obviously you can do as many or as few as you like. They definitely stand out with the white on that mottled white and blue background. I'm not going to do any more. I think this is enough on my one, because the next step we're going to do is wait for the white paint to dry, and then we're going to take some of our Elmer's glue and some of our glitter and just pop some glitter in the middle of some of the snowflakes just to give it a bit of extra shine for Christmas. And then after that we'll be done. Before we move on, I just wanted to quickly say I did change paints halfway through on that white. I tried the Jot acrylic paint, which is the paint from the Dollar Tree. Guys, it is awful. This is really bad paint. Nothing was coming up, no color was showing out, and for white paint it should. So I did switch over to another one of the apple barrel ones, which I already had, which is this Snow White shade. Again, this is 50 cents cheaper than the one from the Dollar Tree. It is from Walmart, but it is much higher quality. So I did want to make that note that the ones I got were from the Snow White paint instead, because I tried this and it just was terrible. That being said, these are now dry. So what we're going to take is another clean fine tip brush and our Elmer's glue. I've just squeezed a little bit out, and then we're going to dab on to the white where we want to add our glitter. You could make the entire snowflake glitter. You could just have little bits glitter however you like. So that's what we're going to do now. And then once we pop the glue on, we will take our glitter. It thankfully has a nice little shaker sifter on top, and we're just going to sift our glitter onto where the glue is, and then tip the glitter back into, I'm just using the glitter container. It is going to go everywhere. That is the problem with working with glitter, but that's kind of the cleanest way to do it. You can put newspaper or paper towel down as well if that's how you want to collect it, but I'm just going to try and keep it all inside this little one, because that's going to go in the bin anyway. So now that we've done that, we'll take our little brush and our Elmer's glue and our glitter and get started. So this is the final product, guys. We have our cute little Let It Snow wall hanging with some glitter on it. I just did sort of in every joint on each snowflake with my glitter. Now, if you do have other little bits sticking on there, wait for it to dry and then just grab a clean paintbrush and get any off. Everything should come off once you blow it. I've pretty much got most of mine off, but there's a few little rogue pieces that I will get later. But other than that, this is done, and it didn't take a lot of time or effort or money. It probably took about an hour because of having to wait for the paint to dry. But other than that, it's very simple, and all you need is 3 paints, which if we go for the Walmart ones is $1.50, a thing of glitter, and you're only using one from the pack anyway, but $1, the snowflake, and some glue. So basically it's a $5 project. It's really simple. You could change the color scheme to go with your decor. This is just what works for me and my sort of mid-century modern little tree. But that is it, guys. That is my very easy, simple wall art. And I hope you enjoyed this project. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, share or comment below. If you've not yet done so, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel. And if you are a subscriber, make sure you've got that bell icon clicked so you're notified every time I post a new video. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye.